I think this is take 3. I'm in Oxford, and I'm standing out one of these magnificent buildings. I wanted to get a good shot for you because I thought it was just beautiful behind me here. But I have people walking all over, so I'm trying to get this in quickly here. But I wanted to share a few things. I'm a few days into my studies here, and the week has been like a fire hose, to be honest with you. It's just been a ton of information, and I'm trying to digest as much as I can so that I can give it back to you. But it has just been a lot. So I'm going to break up a few of these and try to send a few of these messages out. But the theme this week that we have been talking about is freedom. And I have a lot of thoughts on this, that there's been so many conversations that we've had. I'm going to put a few of these messages out when we talk about freedom. But the first couple of days, as we were talking through this, we discussed some topics of freedom from Exodus, from Jonah. We broke down a lot of the Hebrew and the Greek and some other texts in these different exegetical studies. And we did this one exegetical study on the Gauls from Galatia during the Roman Empire. That study I can't wait to share with you. That study blew my mind, and in the context of leadership, like, I saw so many relevant parables, or so many relevant things that parallel what we are going through today that we need to discuss in a couple future episodes. So I'm going to get those to you hopefully in the next couple days. But I want to focus on something that really grabbed my attention in Jonah. I've taught on the idea of questions for a long time. And questions are something that I think we really have to revisit in life. Yet, we don't really like questions, do we? We really like nice, neat answers. We like, if you ask me a question, I just want to give you the shortest answer possible and send you on your way. Why do we do that? Well, I think for a lot of us, we struggle with the idea because we're so busy sometimes. We don't have time to ask questions or answer questions. And we definitely, if you're sometimes in leadership or you're a parent, I mean, we're running around like our heads, like a chicken with our head cut off. And so we don't have time for questions. And in leadership, sometimes we don't like questions either. And I think that part of the reason is maybe because we don't have time, but I think maybe another reason we don't like questions is because maybe we don't know the answer, which we struggle with. We don't like having to say, I don't know. Now, depending on your ego or your insecurity, making that statement could really, really bother you. And it's the last thing that you want to say because you're afraid you'll look stupid or you're afraid you'll look incompetent. But that's really just our own ego shouting those things out. We make those things up. So what do? We shut down questions. And we see this in so many places. I mean, first of all, we see this in systematic theology. You know, we can't ask questions of the text or the Bible. We have to have all these nice, neat answers because we don't want anybody asking any questions. We see this in business because in business, I'm the leader, I'm the boss, I tell you what to do, stop asking questions. We see this in families. How many times have you seen a family with one parent who is the boss? You don't question them, you just do what you're told to do. It may be easy in the moment, but this doesn't produce growth. What we have to get back to is realizing that questions are the answers. Good questions should lead to more questions. There's a great movie, World War Z. I quote it all the time. There's a great line in this movie where the main character is talking to a family and he says, "Movement is life." Brad Pitt says this line, "Movement is life." I've looked at that and I see that in so many aspects of life. Once we stop asking questions, we start dying. We stop moving. We stop progressing. We stop getting better. We stop sharpening the tools. Once we stop asking questions, we start dying. Now, I began this with the idea from the book of Jonah. The book of Jonah is just 4 chapters long. It's Jonah and the whale. Maybe you've read the kids' book or heard the kids' story, or you've read the book itself. It's 4 chapters. It's not long. But I noticed something that was pointed out to me this week that blew my mind. I'd never seen it. I've read this book so many times, but I never noticed this. Have you ever read the last line of the book? Do you know what the last line says? Maybe pause here and go look at it, but I never knew this. The last line of the book, and it's not about what it says. It's how it ends. It ends with a question. Why? Did you get that? We're supposed to ask questions. If this book is about me or a reflection of me, I'm supposed to ask questions throughout the entire book of Jonah. Do I live this way? Is this who I am? It ends with a question. If you want to become a better leader, a better parent, maybe it's time to start learning how to ask more questions. Maybe it's time to encourage those that you lead to start asking questions themselves. Encourage it. Make it something that's a part of your culture, that we ask questions. We are wanting to grow together, to become better, to become stronger, to grow in sales, or whatever you do. It's time to start asking questions, because this is how you grow. This is how you become better. This is how you create constructive change. So let's be the change that we want to see in others. Let us be the change first. So this is Matt, signing off from Oxford, England. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He shine His face upon you, and may He give you peace. See you next time.